Now, if you think for a second that this car here looks very familiar, well, you're not wrong, because it does. We have tried another variant of this almost a year back. This car here is the Kia Sorento Hybrid. We tried the diesel variant about a year ago. If you want to know more about the in-depth review, you can click here on the pop-up banner. But first things first, this is pretty much the highest spec hybrid Sorento you can get. Now, I say highest spec because it's in line with the highest spec of the diesel variant. There are 3 diesel variants. Hybrid only comes with 1 variant, and it's in line with the top spec diesel. So it's really cool. It gives you an option whether you want to go hybrid or you want to go diesel. As a result, you do get this very nice glossy black grille up front. And the biggest difference between the diesel and the hybrid, obviously, is the badge. Always a lovely, a nice, cool badge to have on your car. It's a very nice car to see. It's very appealing to the eyes. It's the sort of car that I want to be seen in. And when I say higher spec, I also mean that this headlights right here is all LED. You see all the nice little details inside. It tells you that the attention to detail is impeccable. If you're thinking of selling your car and buying something else like the Kia Sorento Hybrid right here, well, you can consider doing it with Quotz. Did you know that you can be losing up to $5,000 in value when you trade in your car? For example, if you're thinking about trading in your car to buy this Kia Sorento Hybrid, try selling with Quotz instead. Quotz uses its network of dealers to get the best price possible for your car. In fact, they're so confident in getting you the best price possible that if you sell your car for a better price, they will give you $100. Don't just take our word for it. Look at the hundreds of raving reviews on their service. To find out more, hop on to quotz.com.sg, and that is QUOTZ.com.sg. Now that is out of the way, back to the review. And the Kia Sorento Hybrid obviously comes with very nice and slick 17-inch wheels, all obviously for the sake of aerodynamics. It's nice in my opinion. I probably will not go for it personally, but it's still very acceptable. What's also acceptable, obviously, is all these chrome bits right here, and on top of this lovely handle. It sort of breaks up the entire color. Like if you get a very big car like the Sorento and it's filled with a single color tone, in this case turquoise, it can look very jarring, but all these things just sort of breaks everything up. In my opinion, at least, this goes to show that the designers really thought carefully about the attention to detail. The Kia Sorento Hybrid is priced from $236,999. The 1.6-litre hybrid engine produces 228 brake horsepower and 350 Nm of torque. The 6-speed transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km/h in 8.8 seconds. For more details on the Kia Sorento Hybrid or any other car, head on to Sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now, more importantly, you get Sorento covering the width of the boot. Sort of tells people it's Sorento you're driving. And of course, you get the new, nice, lovely, modern logo. And what I really do like is this tail lamps right here. It sort of reminds me like the Ford Mustang. Very muscular, very Americanized. Sort of looks cool on the Sorento. Open the boot right here, and you are faced with more than 650 liters worth of boot space. Now that's if you knock down seats 6 and 7, which we already have. It's more than enough, it's more than adequate for anti-trolley, length test, check-in luggage, and then some. Now here's the thing, it may not be the best in its class. It's sort of almost 120 liters smaller than the Peugeot 5008, but it will definitely get the job done. Now, to put things into perspective, take this one out and take this one out. Come. Let me show it to you. All you have to do is just manually pull this thing up. Such. Now, in this configuration, you get about 190 liters worth of hauling capacity. It's absolute nonsense if you ask me, because it's really very small. You definitely can't fit the luggage in for sure, but you can definitely still put an anti-trolley inside, like this. Yeah. Now at the third row seats, it's relatively comfortable, surprisingly. I mean, you still get a lot of legroom right here, a lot of headroom for me as well. I'm about 1.6 meters tall, so I'd easily fit 1.7 meters, but space isn't my favorite feature of the day. The favorite, best feature is this right here. There's actually air cons at the back, which is fantastic. There's no climate control, that's perfectly fine, but I can adjust, man. I mean, you know, the intensity of the aircon, I can't adjust the temperature, but that's perfectly fine. I'm very, very thankful for this on a crazy hot weather like today. As you can see, I'm already sweating buckets. This helps plenty, and I can imagine how much the third row passengers can appreciate something like this. Also cool is a very nice elongated sort of pocket for you to slot your cell phone right here, as well as cup holders here. It's the same as the other side. You get some buttons here. These are actually buttons to control the folding of the second row seats, which you can control from the boot, but that was already done in the diesel. But I think what's also similar to the diesel is how easy you can actually enter from outside to the third row. It's just with the press of the button at the side of the seats, and the seats fold. All right. Now at the back seat, there's a lot to like, and I really mean a lot to like. Now first and foremost, obviously, again, leg headroom, and this seat has already been adjusted. Obviously, it's a very comfortable and lovely place to be. The seats are nice, supple, it's great. The materials used in general, like all this soft touch, is nice, little textured plastic right here. You get cup holders. It's all very well thought out, including this. Get this, you get window shades as well. So it's really nice. On a hot weather like this, this is very, very useful. And obviously, this is also very useful right here. You still get aircon vents. No climate control, but you know what, hey man, I'm not complaining. Another thing that's really good is the fact that you can sit in the center and still have ample leg as well as head and shoulder room as well. There's no hump in the center, so you can literally just feet flat on the ground and share leg rooms with your two buddies at the side. If you've got, you know, assuming you're a family man just like myself, ISOFIX points here as well as here, so nothing to sweat. If it's just the two of you guys, pull this down, enjoy a cup of coffee, relax. Again, soft touch materials fill the center portion, so it feels very premium, sort of very German-like. You know, you sort of come in and you get the feel that this is almost like a German back seat, almost. But it does slightly better on one thing: functionality. You get USB ports here as well as here. So if you are charging your phone, like imagine a wire, you can still hook it up like this. It's perfectly fine, man. It's a lovely, well thought out place. However, and that's a one however, I don't like this. Like, it's a mesh. It's a two pocket thing if you realize. So there's one here and there's one more here. I reckon you could just do away with this, because I don't think I'll put my phone here like this. It's just weird. It doesn't really, you know, this will just make a lot more sense. But that's just me. Now at the helm, on first glance, it can get a bit jarring. I mean, you get multifunctional steering, which is fine, obviously, but you get a whole lot of stuff going on right here. I mean, yes, you still get your infotainment system, bit of buttons here, aircon vents, wireless charging with like 3 USB ports. Obviously the best thing of all, ventilated seats. You know, this knob here that replaces the gear lever, drive modes, more buttons like auto hold, electric park brake. It's sort of jarring on first glance, but after spending time with the car, you kind of realize this is what you really need on a daily basis. Like buttons that can actually genuinely control your aircon temperature. At least it's physical and it's not like a lot of modern cars where you have to jump into the infotainment system to control all of this. You get wireless, which is great. My only complaint here is there are no USB-C ports, right? And in this time and day, I reckon USB-C ports should be part of the feature, but I'm not complaining. You know how it is. There's ventilated seats, I can't complain. There's auto hold, I can't complain. You get cubby holes here as well, and one small hole here to put coins and perhaps your key fob. You have a very deep hole here. No, not very deep, it's relatively deep. It's like here, this long. Put all your barangs here as well. A little more, you know, to put your coins and your cards and whatnot. So there are a lot of things going on, but you get used to it very, very quickly. Like for instance, this is very straightforward and easy to use. There's not much lag, to be honest. It's straightforward and easy to use. You have, you know, Bluetooth, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This is great, man. I mean, everything it feels like everything you need is here. The best part of all is it comes with both sound systems and everything just feels very good to the touch. Maybe not the bottom portion, because the bottom portion feels very plasticky, but still, I'm not complaining. This all feels very good. All these materials used, this detail, stitching right here. The only question is, can this car drive as good as it looks? Well, one way to find out. Now this Kia Sorento hybrid that we have today obviously has got a much smaller displacement capacity compared to the 2.2 litre diesel that we've tried before. And it sort of makes sense, right? Because after all, they want a smaller engine capacity, not only to make the car lighter, it's also all about being, you know, economical, at least on the fuel, especially when petrol prices are on the rise. So it sort of makes a lot of sense. Although I know, yes, there's no replacement for displacement, but it's a sensible choice. So this car gets a 1.6 litre power plant, pumps out some 228 brake horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. Yes, it's slightly down on the torque output compared to the diesel variant, but it gets up to speed very easily, just like this. And when you extend the throttle as such, external noises are kept well at bay. You hear a little bit of road noise, but that's just really little. But the best part of all, I say it's well insulated because you don't get any wind noise. There's no wind buffeting, there's no crosswind noise of sorts, even though the mirrors are huge. And that's really something you can't say for every SUVs. You always get road noise, and wind noise at least, but this just keeps it bare minimum, and the engine doesn't sound strained when you extend the throttle, so that's always a good thing. It's all about comfort, right? And when you get an SUV like this, a full-on, full-size SUV, 7-seater SUV such as this, it's really quite a feat. Another feat is also the fact that this car can complete the Century Sprint in just 8.8 seconds. Not like it matters, because when you're driving a car like this, it's not like as if you're gonna speed all the time. It's not like you're gonna drive like a maniac all the time. Although I did try driving like a maniac. While the camera wasn't pointing at me, I did try a little bit of rock and roll out with this. It didn't perform very well, obviously. I mean, you can't defy the laws of physics. You still get a lot of roll. This is, after all, still a comfort buyer's car. But it didn't really bother me because family was happy, kids were nice, I get ventilated seats, wife was happy, right? So that sort of matters when you buy a car like the Sorento hybrid. But what I really do like is the way the car drives over pockmarked roads, bumps and ruts, construction areas. Oh, look at that safety feature. How nice. Keeps you safe. That's the whole idea. It can be a tad annoying, but it does keep you safe. I have to say that. So it soaks up all those bumps and ruts very pliantly. It doesn't send any of those vibrations that's often associated with SUVs. And that's a really nice thing. You can just go over without even bothering to brake. You can just run down those hums, which I love doing, by the way. And what I also really love about the car is all the small little features that come with this car that's very, very functional. Safety features. For instance, if I signal, check out this blind spot monitoring system that appears on the instrument panel. It's highly useful. It's highly functional. I mean, obviously you have this also on several other Korean cars, such as the diesel variant and the Palisade, the Hyundai Palisade no less. But it's still very impressive. I'm just signaling for the sake of signaling, just so that I can see this wonderful blind spot monitoring system. The Koreans are just doing it really well, man. So is the Sorento hybrid a will buy, won't buy, or go try? Now I reckon you should go try this car. Personally, I prefer the diesel because I'm the diesel guy. I'm not exactly the hybrid guy, although this makes a lot of sense. I'm the diesel guy because I love that instantaneous, well, I can't say instantaneous because it's a bit of lag, right? But I love that torque output. I love how when you floor, you just go all the way. I like that kind of stuff. But it really depends. I say go try also because this car will set you back $225,000 as of today. 31st May 2022. COE prices have caused car prices to go up naturally. So my advice to you is think about this, go try the car. If you really like it, find something similar on the used car market. Go hop onto Sgcarmart.com and find out more about the used car market. Maybe you'll find a Sorento something in the near future. Maybe not this particular model, although I really like this particular model, but you can consider. I say just go try the car. So there you have it, guys. This is the review of the all-new Kia Sorento Hybrid. I hope you guys enjoyed the review as much as I've driven the car. Please don't forget to share this video with your friends and families, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Because apparently 80% of you guys unsubscribe. But if you do, it's easier for us to reach out to you and vice versa. So yes, subscribe. You can also hit the bell notification button so that you'll be notified every time we upload new videos. Please also follow us on TikTok. Our handle is @Sgcarmart. In the meantime, stay safe, be well. Bye-bye. Let me do that again. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. 變影相了咧 3, 2, 1. What did I say just now? Aerodynamics. Wow, and more excitingly